What's up, y'all? This is Neena Perez, and this is Straight Talk, No Sugar Added. I am hanging out right here on Winject, as you know, and I'm so excited for this year and what it's going to bring. I'm just so excited about all God is doing and the way He has shown up in our lives and the way He calms my anxiety and the way I'm learning to let things go. And so I want to welcome you here to Winject. I love it here. Please make sure you like, subscribe, all of that great stuff, and to help to support us, help to spread the word of Winject and also of Straight Talk No Sugar Added, because I really do come on here to try to share my heart with you, to impact your life through all the things that I have experienced and the way that I've succeeded in my life, and also showing my failures, right? Because I think that's the only way we can connect, is to be completely authentic. But I need your support. So in order to help this channel grow and help this channel expand and help us make the impact that we're trying to make, please make sure that you like, share, subscribe, all of that. And hopefully you will find a lot of value in what we talk about here and what I'm going to be talking about today and every day, right? And if you haven't seen my previous videos, please go on there and see them. For Straight Talk, I love to grow, challenge, and transform your thinking. That's the goal. And so I want to make sure I hear from you. So any of the comments that you have, either if you're on YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook or any of those platforms, I think Twitter too, make sure that you leave me some comments. Hopefully I can see them here. I'm pushing the buttons today, so I'm going to try to be cognizant of both. Also, I want to invite you to go to my Winject community, because I have her in the background. It seems a little quiet right now, but what I've been doing is working on a lot of material that I want to just give to my podcasting community. I also want to let you guys know, for those women, only women, sorry guys, only women, if you are interested in free 6 weeks of group coaching with me for transformation in your life, please email me at info@neenaperez.com, info@neenaperez.com, as I'm giving away 6 weeks of free coaching for the group coaching program that I have. And I am I cannot tell you the women that I have on there and the amazing way that they are opening up. It is just fantastic. Like, it's blowing my mind, the community of women that I am building up. And so I want you to be a part of that. And if you're a woman, a leader, an entrepreneur, you just want to transcend some shame and some unwanted behaviors in your life, I highly encourage you to join. Make sure that you join. That way you can be a part of this community. I don't want you missing out. info@neenaperez.com to join my free coaching. If you want to join my podcasting community, it's winject.com/groups/Neena Perez, and that will get you into my free podcasting community. That way you could talk to me about any guest, anything that maybe you want to be a guest. Maybe there's something on the show that you saw that you want me to expand on further. Whatever that is, I want you to be able to connect with me. So please make sure you do that. I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I realized that, I've struggled with in my life, and have, come to terms with really moving forward in my life, because I've learned to let things go. And it was hard at first. Let me tell you, for someone who has been through a lot of abuse and a lot of turmoil, a lot of obstacles, a lot of naysaying, a lot of self-sabotaging behaviors, a lot of that stuff, letting go was the problem, right? The problem was I wasn't letting go. I was having a hard time with letting things go in my life, and that was impeding my progress, my success, my moving forward. And so for many years, I have done work on myself. I've done research, I've done reading, I've done everything I could, because I'm very interested in human development. I'm very interested in personal development. I'm interested in the mind and neuroscience. I'm interested in all of that. And so I read a lot about it. I listen to a lot of things about it, all that kind of stuff, right? I try to fill myself with positive and informative truths, and not so much garbage and junk. Although I do have my little bins of stuff that I do watch on Netflix and stuff, because that's just the nature of the thing. But I do also strive a lot on being the best version of myself every day. And so today I want to talk to you about something that transformed my life, and I feel like it can transform your life and your business and your mindset and the way you work and the way you look at things, right? It's something that I've as far as the research I have done in my life, I've realized that it's something that very successful people have mastered, and that's the art of letting things go. And because they don't get held back with stuff that causes them shame, causes them anxiety, makes them victims of something, like they're always walking around angry and victims of something. That is a shame, a crying shame, when we allow that to happen in our lives, that we just walk around our lives angry at everything and don't even know why. It's just ridiculous, right? So now that I have been in this place and have really hold on. Oh, good morning, love. I saw something pop up and I'm trying to look at my screen and look at my comments so I don't miss anything. So if you have anything to say, please do leave me a comment. Hey, babe, I love you. Thank you so much. Um Now, I've been thinking about things that I used to really fight myself on when it was when it came to letting things go. And for me, it was things like, I've been hurt. I'm not gonna nobody gonna hurt me. I ain't gonna be hurt again. That kind of like, attitude, right? Like we're all that in a bag of chips. Like you ain't gonna hurt me, right? And so that kind of attitude and not being able to let that go, that people have hurt you or that you even made some serious mistakes in your life. But man, have I made some serious mistakes in my life, and I know that I'm going to make a lot more. And so you have to learn the art of letting things go so that when you make another mistake, because I promise you that you absolutely will. And you need to have an art of letting things go so that you don't keep holding on to things, right? It is I think what I want to tell you is that when you feel like people have hurt you and you're like, nope, you hurt me, people hurt me, I ain't gonna let that happen to me again, or you've made mistakes in the past, and I can't get past it. Let me tell you that this is not a unique experience to you, right? This is not unique. You're not the only one walking around with these negative emotions. You're just not, right? And this is why you need to let things go, because these things equate whether or not you're moving forward or you're not, right? And when you hold on to negative emotions, you're blocking yourself. You're doing it to you. You can't even blame nobody, because the truth is whatever happened already happened, right? That was a moment in time. And if you're still holding on to those kind of feelings and those kind of moments in your life where you just can't let it go, that's on you, right? Because these emotions of fear and sadness and joy and frustration and all of those things are not unique to you. It is part of the human experience. It is what you do with that, though, that's going to really catapult you one way or hold you back on another. And the truth is we all have a choice, right? When you hold on to these emotions, I promise you are blocking yourself from achieving the desires that you want. And negative emotions, man, those things can dupe you into thinking you are in a safe space. Oh, no, I'm just controlling the space. And it's bullcrap. These negative emotions that come up, like, you don't think you want to do that. Oh, you know what? I don't really want to do that because, and you start making excuses. That negative emotion is duping you into thinking that is keeping you in this safe space, because now you're familiar with this, right? You're familiar with this mode of operation where something comes new and you don't know how to deal with it. So you start to make excuses and you start to walk backwards on it, right? And it actually lies to you and makes you think that you are actually staying in a safe space, because now you're familiar with this cycle that you're going through, and you are literally yourself creating an invisible ceiling that's preventing you from reaching whatever it is you're trying to reach in life, whatever that full potential is for you. I know. That was me all day. Okay? That was me all day. I don't want to live like that anymore. And because I don't want to live like that anymore, and I haven't been living like that for a very long time, it comes up once in a while, and I have to check myself, right? Because now I have all of these tools that I have on the art of letting go, and I go through them and I respect them, and then I let things go and I move forward. But a lot of people can't do that right away, and that's why I'm here. because I want to at least share a couple of little tips with you that I've done in my life and that I've tried to give to my husband, to my children, to my friends, to my coworkers, right? And the it's amazing what you see in my what I see in my clients, what I see in my coworkers and stuff. When I've seen them let things go and catapult themselves to another level, it is so freaking awesome. And there's no reason why I wouldn't want to share that with you, my beautiful, amazing community of humans, my straight talkers that are always supporting and watching me and giving me DMs and joining my coaching programs and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you guys are freaking awesome, right? Why would I not share some of the tips and tools and tricks in my bag that have helped me to move forward that can help you to move forward, right? And so what I want to start doing with you is giving you the tools that you need so that you can let things go, so that you break that ceiling that you've created for yourself. I promise you, nobody's created that for you but you, right? And so we have to navigate that, right? Because when you let things go, when you forgive yourself, when you forgive others, when you can focus on the present, right? And focus on the things you want. So the future, you don't have to focus too far in the future if that's too scary. Focus about tomorrow. Maybe focus a little bit ahead about the things you want, but definitely focus on the present, right? Because instead of dwelling in all of these hurts and past mistakes, you can really soar. You really can. You can soar and crash through that ceiling that you've created for yourself. And I'm sure you've done this in little segments and pieces of your life, right? Whether it's starting a new job and you have this glass ceiling because you don't have knowledge, right? And so you're just starting this job, you don't really know anything. What do we do? But then you start to break through the barriers and you start to break through different things in that job, in that career, in that business proposition, and whatever it is, and you start to realize, holy, wait a minute. I'm on a new level. Yes, my friend, that is breaking through a new ceiling in your life and actually recognizing that you can soar and you can move forward. And it takes only doing a couple of steps, right? Going one step at a time, starting something and seeing where it goes from there. And I know that we are in times where everybody's out here fear mongering and scaring people into staying in this square little box, right? And so that we could stay in this little ceiling and in this box. No, it's this people, it's that people, let's hate people, let's do. And you're going to stay in that stupid box where you are going to stay stuck and you are going to keep repeating the same things. And if you are feeling stuck or you're feeling you're not motivated or you're feeling afraid or any of those things are coming up, we need to deal with that. You can't just stay stuck and think that that's okay. If you want to stay stuck, go right ahead. I myself would not want that for you. And I hope you don't want that for you. And if you are feeling stuck, you have to check what you're thinking about. What are you thinking about that's keeping you there? Because that is a problem. Okay. Now, I want you to succeed. I want you to unleash your full freaking potential. And I want you to really go after what you've been dreaming of. There's no reason why you can't do that. The only one stopping it is you. Right? And letting go, even in my life, man, I'm so glad I've done this work. Woo! Thank you, Jesus. Right? Letting go has reduced my stress. It increased my focus. It gave me self-confidence, right? That I can sit out here in front of all of y'all, right? And actually just speak my mind and speak what it is I have to say. And I'm not afraid of it. I don't care, right? But it took years of work and all that, but I want to give you a shortcut to all the stuff that I had to do so that you can actually have a list of things that you can do to actually put that right in your bag. So when you need it, pop that bad boy out and start gaining and enhancing your creativity, your growth, your decision-making abilities, right? So your cognitive abilities, all of that starts to really enhance when you start to let the garbage go, right? Letting go is going to increase your happiness, your productivity. It's going to increase your mind, your creativity. It's going to freaking let you loose up in here, okay? And I want that for you. And these are all going to be the traits that you need anyway for the next level that you're going to. If you are still in the same level, you're going to be in the same level next time I speak to you, right? And that, again, that's okay if that's what you want. What's that? Yeah, okay. Right? Okay. I know. That's my husband. He knows. But the truth is it's funny because I'm not speaking directly to him, but apparently I am speaking directly to him. But the truth is when you start to let things go and you say, you know what? F it. I'm going to just go ahead and let this go because I'm not holding on to this anymore. And I'm going to give you the tools that you're going to use to get that place to when you say F it and keep moving, right? Because this is going to catapult you to where you want to go, to your career, to your business, to your life, to your relationships. It's going to catapult you. I promise you that. I promise you that. Even if you go, what do I always say? Like 1% at a time. I don't care. As long as you are going to be shifting and different than you are today, feeling stuck, feeling like you can't, having lack of confidence, not knowing where you're going, all of that stuff. If I can move you a little bit, that's all it takes. Because it takes one freaking step to start moving. That is movement to me. I don't need you running. I just need you taking the step, right? But then the question is how? How do we get there? How do we do this? How do we do this? Right? What do we do, Neen? All right. So I wrote down 10 things. So I'm going to look at my notes. I wrote down 10 ways that I've done it in my life, that I've seen my family do it, right? And these are the ways that I have researched and read and have tried myself in my life. And there's more, but I'm only going to give you 10 because then I'll be here all morning. But the top 10 for me are going to be the ones that really have helped me and really, I believe, help my clients, help my husband, help my kids, help my family, help my cousins, help everybody that I've ever had even 2 seconds to listen to what I had to say and have taken what I've said seriously. I've seen improvements. I have, right? So because I have, I want to share them with you. All right. Number one, something I never had, self-compassion. I never really cared about me. I had to care about my husband, my kids, my job, my employer, my coworkers, my blah, my blah, my blah. And I never had compassion with myself. I was very mean to me. And so treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Okay. This is going to be the first one. You have fear. That's okay. You are allowed, but I need you to get rid of it. Right. So we're going to talk about how you do this. And so have that moment to check in on you, because I didn't check in on me ever. I used to live in a lot of fear, live in a lot of like anxiousness and nervousness and depression and frustration and suicidal thoughts and all of these things because I was too consumed with outside world and outside media and outside issues and outside problems. And I never ever checked in with me, and I didn't give myself self-compassion. And I'm asking you to do that for you. Okay. Self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Don't beat yourself up over your past mistakes. You have made them. I have made them. It is not unique to you. Everybody has made mistakes. This is not unique to you. So stop acting like you are sitting in it by yourself. You are not. Okay? You are not. You're not that special. All right? You have gotten past mistakes just like I have, just like this have, then he has, and she has. All of us have. And I say that not to be insulted. Like, you're not special. I mean, like, your circumstance that's happened to you is not special in that you can get through it. It's not debilitating. You got this. Okay. So practice self-compassion. The second thing is forgiveness. Not that these are in any particular order, but forgiveness. Forgiveness has set me free in such a way I never knew it was possible. I used to be so angry and bitter and mean. Okay. I was so bitter and angry and mean, and you were not going to hurt me like somebody else did in the past. And that was my attitude because I was not going to let you. I was a tough girl, right? And I'm telling you, I even hate saying it, but my thought process and the way I used to feel and think was if you did something to me, you could die in front of me and I would walk over you and keep it moving. That's what I used to always say, like the tough girl that I was. I'm not that person no more. I would make sure that even for my enemy, I would get down to make sure they're okay. I can't live in that place. That's toxic. And I lived there for a very long time, right? Being abused as a child, being abused in my teen years, being almost killed in a domestic violent relationship, married, and having an adulterous husband who was constantly having adultery affairs. getting divorced, being left alone, like all of that stuff, that causes something for you. That gives you something. Rejected by my father, and all of that stuff builds up, and you start to be very angry. And I'm telling you that that is a glass ceiling for you, my friend. You need to forgive yourself for all the BS that you've done and have allowed in your life. All right, and then forgive others, because I'm telling you that holding on to grudges with yourself, or resentment with yourself, or with anybody else, it's harming you. It's hurting you. It's harming you. It's causing the glass ceiling that you can't seem to quite get through. But it is there because, my friend, you are not forgiving something, whether it's in you or someone else. Forgiveness is key to unlocking this cage that you are in. Okay? Forgiveness. Now, the other one I mentioned a little before, which is focus on the present. So rather than dwelling on everything that's happened to you in the past, not that it's not important, because it has made you who you are today. I don't want you dwelling there. All right. You don't need to sit in this victim mentality and something that has happened to you, or even something that you've created in your mind that is happening to you. You don't need to dwell there. Okay. Rather than dwelling on that, I want you to focus on the present, where you are right now, how you're sitting right now, because you are not God, despite of what everyone tells you. You are not God. You are not promised tomorrow. So you need to start breaking the glass of that glass ceiling in your life so that you can move forward. Okay, it's kind of like was it Willy Wonka, right? With the elevator, the Wonkavator that went through the glass and broke through the glass, but only when the right person and the right circumstances were put in place. But they focused on the now. Focus on the now. Be present with where you are. You are not promised tomorrow. I promise you, every one of us is going to die. 100% of us are dying, right? Focus on the now. Get today, get it done, and stop worrying about, what happened to you before. It's not here anymore. You have to stop. You have to let that go. All right. Another thing that's very powerful in my life, and I know when I'm off track or when my brain won't stop, is I journal. And some people believe in journaling, some people don't. It has worked for me, because journaling, I'm writing down all of my thoughts, writing down my emotions, really has helped me process all of my negative thoughts and patterns that I had, especially when my brain won't shut off, right? When my brain just keeps freaking going, whether it's, after I've meditated, or before I meditated, or when I wake up in the morning, or when I go to sleep at night, and my brain just won't shut the heck up. Right. And it's thinking about stupid things that don't make any sense, but I'm thinking about it anyway. Right. So write it down, get a journal. I don't care what kind of journal. It doesn't matter. It could just be a notebook. Write things down that are on your mind. Maybe there's things that are creative that you want to maybe give it a shot tomorrow, or, something that is been bothering you, but you don't really know how to put it in words. Write it down. Right? Because when you start to put your pen to paper, there's something powerful that happens when you release that out of your brain and onto a piece of paper. It just like kind of leaves the brain for that moment, and it leaves you alone, right? The other thing I had to do when I was growing and trying to learn how to let things go is I sought help. And what I mean by that is it could be anything for you, right? So I reached out to my really dearest friends, my closest family members. I've seen therapists, but a lot of shift has happened with my coaches. I've had coaches in my life, several, because I believe in coaching. And business coaching, life coaching, podcast coaches. I mean, I've done it. I've done it all. I've had mentors. And I really believe that support and guidance was powerful in giving me like a fresh way to look at things, a fresh perspective, and making me aware that I'm stuck in areas that I shouldn't be stuck in. And I am like, doubting myself in places I shouldn't be doubting myself in. And that gave me a new outlook of what I want to create, what I want to do in my life, how I want to expand myself. So I highly encourage you to let go and have a fresh perspective on new outlooks for your future by looking and seeking for some help if you need it. I think everybody needs it. I think we all need a check system, somebody that we could check in with, and somebody who can be our support system. I don't care if it's a friend, family member, whatever. But for me, it was all of those in combination, plus having my coaches, because I couldn't live without that, right? The next thing I want you to practice is some mind work, some mindfulness work. And I don't want to sound woo woo, but it is important. Mindfulness, like maybe like meditation or even deep breaths, which I highly recommend and really believe in, because it has helped me through a lot of anxiety moments in my life, is those deep breath work. Oh my God. Right. So I want you to stay centered. I want you to stay present with you. And I know, I mean, I'm such a tough girl, right? That even when I first started listening to like stuff about mindfulness, I was like, are you serious? But when I did it, I was like, oh, no wonder I made fun of it. I was afraid of it. I was afraid to be alone with me. I was afraid to shut up and listen to me. I was afraid to know what that felt like, to sit in peace, to sit with me. That was scary because I had a lot of evil, bad, mean thoughts, okay, towards myself, towards others. And so mindfulness really helped me through that. It really, really did, right? Because this is essential. It's going to keep you connecting to you and checking in with you, right? And how you feel, what your emotions are. And you can start really cutting those strings, right, in your life that are keeping you stuck, that are keeping you connected to past thoughts, past unforgiveness, past mistakes, all of that. You need this practice of taking a deep breath and sitting with you for just a moment so that you can start, oh, let me clip that. Let me clip that thought. Let me clip that. And you will see the freedom that you start to get when the puppet from your past, right? The puppeteer, I should say, from your past is pulling these strings in your life that you didn't even know they were pulling. And you start clipping the strings and clipping the strings until you become free. I'm sorry, but that is just powerful, right? Another tool that I use is I reframe. I love that I went to get my NLP master's practitioner, because reframing really helped me a lot, right? Challenging the negative thoughts and replacing them with positive thoughts and positive affirmations in my life and all of that, and reframing what I'm looking at and what I'm seeing and what I'm talking to myself like, because God don't make junk and I'm not junk and neither are you. Right. And so when we start to reframe the way we talk to ourselves, you have to really stop like, man, I'm afraid. Okay, wait, why am I afraid? What is that about? Let's look at that. Fear is not a bad thing, but is fear stopping me right now? What does that mean when I'm afraid? Should I be afraid? Is there something to be afraid of? Can I be excited instead of afraid? Right? Like there are ways to reframe the way you think, okay? I teach all of this in my coaching program, but there are ways to reframe your thoughts. And I want you to reframe your thoughts, because that's what's going to stop you from doing the same thing you're doing today over and over and over and over, right? Reframing helps a lot. So make sure you look into reframing your negative thoughts. Negative. We put the negative on it. Negative thoughts, right? So also learn from your mistakes. Stop worrying about whether you're going to make them. You are going to make them. You're going to make some huge mistakes. You're going to make some little mistakes. You're going to make some, unwanted mistakes. You're going to make some mistakes. Okay. But rather than dwelling on all these mistakes, focus on the lesson that you're learning from these mistakes. Some lessons are hard, and nobody wants to learn them. I know, I don't. Right. But we have to really think about what it is we're doing, how it is we are learning from it, because you can have a mistake and dwell on it and stay in it and be like crumbling over it, or you can have a mistake and use it as a life lesson for something you need to learn in your life, right? And so make sure that you learn from your mistakes. Don't dwell on them anymore. Focus on the lesson that you have to learn and then grow from there and improve, okay? The other thing is act. I mean this is huge. Acting is focus on what you can control and take that action towards the change that you want to make. So focus on what you can control. That means not focusing on all the shenanigans, but what you can control. And then you're going to take the action you need to make that positive change that you need to act, to do what it is you got to do, right? You need to be the one that does it, because no one can do it for you. You're the one that's going to have to act and move forward and make it happen. That's all on you. All right. Now, the other one is to let time and let your the work that you're doing start to really solidify in your life, because it takes time to heal. It takes time to heal the wounds. It takes time to stop judging yourself and judging other people. It takes time to do this, but you have to do it. And so give yourself time. Don't think, oh, I did it yesterday, Nina, it worked, and now today I'm back at it. That's okay. Your brain has been doing the same thing for years. So now you're teaching your brain to do something new. It's not going to happen overnight. It takes time. It takes time. So give yourself time to really heal and um to really learn how to let things go and to really be present with you. It's not going to be fast, in a hurry, like freaking microwave like we're used to in this life. This takes time, but it's freaking worth it, because you don't know if you have another 5 days here, 1 day here, 20 years here. And either way, do you want to live another moment like that, right? So every day is giving yourself that time to heal from all of the pain, the hurt, and all of the stuff that you've done to hold yourself back, right? Here's my bonus one for you. Seek truth. Always seek truth. Always. Don't allow other people's narratives to become your narrative. Don't do that. It's happening too much in the world. When I just like go, scroll on social media, or I hear, media or whatever, and they're all repeating the same thing over and over and over, because that's how you convince people. That's how you brainwash, is you say the same things over and over and over and over again, so that people, it becomes their narrative. Your lie becomes their narrative. I don't want you to do that anymore. I want you to allow yourself to seek only the truth for yourself. So research for yourself, seek for yourself. That way you learn to let things go and not hold on to things that aren't even your truths, that aren't even the truth, right? So I'm just seeing too many people now having mental health issues and victim mentalities and staying stuck and don't know what they're doing and don't know where to go. And they are being injected with too many lies and too many shenanigans out there. And truth does not care about your feelings. Truth is not about your feelings. Truth is just the truth. But truth will always set you free if you stand on truth, right? So teach yourself to let go of the lies. Teach yourself to let go of narratives. Teach yourself to not live in those places and don't carry them moving forward, so that you can be free. All right. So friends, family, all of you who are watching, listening, loving on Straight Talk No Sugar Added, loving on Nina, I love you back. And I encourage you to let things go. Let your past mistake go. Let your hurts go. Forgive yourself, forgive others. Focus on the present, not the future. And don't let your past define you. Stand on only truth. And instead, use everything that has happened in your life and all of those things that are trying to hold you back, catapult you into breaking that ceiling so that you can move forward. All right. Tony Robbins says it's not about the goal. It's about growing to become the person that can accomplish the goal. How awesome is that? Okay. So embrace your power, embrace the fact that you can let it go, unleash your full potential as entrepreneurs, as leaders, as family members, whatever it is that you're doing right now in your life. Embrace the power of letting go and unleash the full potential. Let's change this, right? Let's make a mark on this world. Let's create the future that we want. Let's be the person that we want to become. Let's authentically connect congruently to who we really are, and not with all the lies, the narratives, the unforgiveness, the hate, the anger, all of that stuff. All right. So that's what I want to share with you. This is the art of letting things go. I hope that you've taken these tips. I hope that they fill you with what the tools that you need to move forward, because you deserve it, because you freaking deserve it. So thank you guys for hanging out with Neena Perez. I am so grateful for you and the way that you guys are always pouring into me and my community. Please make sure that you join me if you want. Women only. And it's info@neenaperez.com if you want to join the free 6-week coaching program. It's only for this week that I'm having it open still. And then please make sure that you join my podcasting community at winject.com/groups/Neena Perez. Thank you guys so freaking much for being with me. I love you. This is Neena Perez, Straight Talk, no sugar added. Until next time.